Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Northampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2017 BMW X1 28i. This X1 is currently showing just over 53,000 original miles, and if you'd like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. So starting here on the exterior, you'll find a very consistent theme with this vehicle. Everything is blacked out and it looks wonderful. Now what you can't really see due to the lack of direct sunlight is this paint isn't quite a piano black. It's actually got a lot of silver and gray metallic hidden throughout the base coat, so it gives it a really nice depth. And in the bright sunlight, all these body lines that you see across the hood and the more subtle ones down the side of the vehicle are highlighted beautifully by that metallic quality. So if you look really close to the panel, we're looking for any dings, dents, or scratches as we make our way down the side of the vehicle. A couple of minute, very, very small marks here and there, but otherwise it looks just perfect here down the driver's side. Now the wheels are really cool in this vehicle. It does break away from that black scheme that we see on the rest of the vehicle. It is a nice two-tone split 5-spoke design. These are the beautiful M Sport wheels, which I absolutely love. You can see the inner face is finished in a metallic gray, and the outer face is that nice machined metal, which I absolutely love. Now, making our way up to the front wheel, around 3 o'clock, you do have a little bit of rash on that wheel, but otherwise, very good condition. And of course, we have that chrome X-Drive 28i badge there on the door. You'll also notice all of the traditionally chrome trim is blacked out. This is something equivalent to Audi's Black Optics package. It may even go by the same name, but it gives it a really sleek look. You can see the roof rails are the same, and a nice panoramic glass panel on the top. Now, looking here at the front fascia, I think this is peak design for the BMW X1. They've really cleaned it up and made it kind of blend better with their design language on the X3 and the X5, gave it these nice big aggressive headlights with the traditional BMW angel eyes and those big bright chrome kidney grills staring at you in the front. You also have those iconic kind of braces there behind the kidney grills, which a lot of people get covers for to give it a little pop of color behind the grill. But it all looks fantastic. You can see the bumper cover is free of any major rock chipping or damage. You do have a small split in that, a small crack through that fog light there under the main headlight. But otherwise, everything presents beautifully. Headlights are crystal clear and a beautiful design there. I can't wait till you see them with the angel eyes on. It really enhances the whole look of the front. And that brings us to the passenger side. Another wheel in excellent condition here at the front. And now we'll go really close to the panel yet again. You see some little droplets of water there that just came off the mirror. That's nothing to be concerned about. And all the way to the rear presents very nicely, and that carries on to this rear wheel, finally, which also looks great. Now, just as they did in the front, the rear looks like a shrunken down X3, and I think it looks fantastic. Looking at the taillights, they're free of any oxidation or scratching. They look wonderful. You have that subtle but pretty aggressive little roof spoiler there that hangs out over the trunk, giving it that sort of sleek look. Looks like it's in motion while it's parked. And that might be hard to see on the camera here, but this dual exhausts are flanking a nice metallic gray diffuser panel, which breaks up the lines here at the back. Makes it look a little bit more aggressive. So next up, we'll make our way inside, and I'm actually a huge fan of the interior here. Door cards in very nice shape. As we climb in, we'll pass over this M Sport door sill. These seats are in phenomenal condition, looking just at how nicely that vinyl is holding up across both seats. You have that nice thigh support as well, which is free of any wear. Nice center console armrest. But we'll make our way inside, and the first thing you'll notice is a really sporty steering wheel here in the X1. Now, when I first got in this vehicle, I never knew that this kind of F30 series M Sport wheel was present in any X1 models, but I was very excited to see that it is in this one. This is one of my favorite steering wheels of all time. I think it's just perfectly proportioned, nice grips with good contours for your hands. Controls all look and feel wonderful. You have the gear selector paddles behind either side, and of course that M Sport emblem there at the bottom. So I'll waste no time firing it up. Nice analog gauges here in the X1. No strange warning lights to worry about. It's just telling me to buckle up. Here on the left side, we have a heated steering wheel, which I currently have on. You can see that reflected in the gauge cluster just there. Mileage reflected as well. Leather wrapper on the wheel, looks great all the way around. Stitching is also very nice, but this is a perfect wheel and I was very happy to see it here in the X1. Now looking across the dashboard, condition is wonderful. Beautiful wood grain that carries across the whole dashboard and highlights a nice and subtle infotainment screen. It's very basic considering how modern BMWs have become. This one is very simple. You can see a nice reverse camera with those parking assist features there. And not a whole lot to report here besides the basic stuff that you'd see in any other BMW, not a whole lot specific to the X1. Moving a little bit further down here in the center console control stack, I love the simple radio controls with all your presets laid out there. No crazy buttons, just volume and some basic controls. Just beneath there, you have your climate controls. Again, very easy to understand. You have heated seats for both front occupants. You have dual zone climate. Just a lovely bunch of features there. And now looking into the center console, I think it's really nicely designed. I like any design that kind of highlights control to the driver and sort of isolates the passenger side. It makes it feel a bit more like a cockpit, and it certainly does here. You have that beautiful contrasted stitching that carries around that whole panel, and it all comes nicely flat here just before your center console armrest. Behind the shifter, you'll see these two panels. Dropping them back reveals a little bit of storage, a power outlet, and some cup holders, and those easily stow back in place. Nice tall gear selector. You can see very traditional. And then click over here for your sport mode, and then you're also able to sort of Tiptronic-like select your gears that way. Here on the left, very simple. You just have your drive mode selection, which is reflected on the main screen as well as in the gauge cluster. You have, of course, Sport, Comfort, and Eco. And if you click it over to Sport and click on that button, you have your Sport display, which will show you a live sort of dyno readout of your current engine output. It's all very cool, very techy, and I'm a big fan. You have a nice big parking brake selector there, and your infotainment controller, again, very basic. 3 switches on top, 2 on bottom, and then that nice easy to use dial underneath. As BMWs go, this is just about as simple and convenient as it gets. They didn't overload this thing with functions that are, unnecessary to most. Nice clean analog gauge cluster, very similar to, a 1 series or a 3 series. This is kind of the nice meeting point between the E90 era and the F30, G80 type of era. Lastly, here just behind me, we have the center console armrest, which can be opened up to reveal a little bit of storage. Also, available for some accessories that will clip in there. Or I can lift it away to reveal more storage and all of your audio and media inputs, as well as a small charging port. And then just above my head, a massive panoramic roof, which of course this front panel can slide open. But I always like to show the operation of the sun shield, if you will. Show all the fabric is in wonderful shape, no tears, holes, or stains. And then I also like to show smooth operation, both opening and closing, so we'll like to see that. And it stows away there in the back nicely, moves quickly, and is very quiet. So next up, let's take a quick look under the hood and see what powers this X1. I'll meet you there. All right, so BMW makes it very simple. Instead of having to figure out where the latch is and mess with that every time, all it is 2 pulls of the interior latch, and then the whole hood lifts up nice and easy. Now here under the hood, we find an extremely well cared for engine bay. It's very, very clean, especially considering the mileage. It really is uniquely nice here under the hood. Looking at all of your reservoirs, lines, your plastic panels, everything has a brilliant shine to it. Looks like it just left the factory. Look at those heat shields back there, shining bright. Absolutely no sign of oxidation anywhere here under the hood. Very nice to see your hardware even right around the latches, and even places that are more exposed to the elements, like the underside of your hood. I mean, look at that. That is excellent. Nothing getting trapped up here from the kidney grills, as it's all nicely sealed off in the front. This engine bay is very clean. So looking here at the powertrain, being the 28i model, here we're looking at a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Produces just under 230 horsepower, I think 228 to be specific. And it's going to get you around 31 miles per gallon on the highway. This is not a very big vehicle. I think it's the perfect size for most people and what they need from a utility standpoint. And because it's small, this engine is still going to provide a really exciting driving experience without draining your gas tank or making you spend too much time in the shop. It's a nice, reliable powertrain that's been proven over time. And I think it fits perfectly here in the X1. I don't think anything more would be necessary. So next up, taking a quick look at the second row of seats. You have these back seats in wonderful condition all the way across. You have a nice drop-down armrest as well, with some cup holders in the front, as well as a small storage area there just behind. And then hopping inside, I'm about 6'4", and I have the seat arranged exactly as I would comfortably drive the vehicle. And hopping in, it's a little tight because I have it very reclined, certainly more reclined than I usually would while driving. As you can see, it's very, very relaxed. But that still goes to show plenty of room for 2 6-foot-plus adults to sit behind each other. And the headroom is perfect. I got a couple inches above my head. And that massive sunroof allowing some natural light into the rear. So now finally, we'll take a look at the rear cargo compartment. So one-touch operation. This whole hatch is going to lift right up, revealing a nice spacious cargo area here in the back. You have all of your original all-weather floor mats. You can drop down that second row of seating as well to, increase the storage space dramatically. And it's all very clean here in the back. Now, one touch of this button, I can either just drop the hatch as you see here, or I can drop it and lock the vehicle as I walk away. All very convenient, nice, fun, sporty car with a great interior. And as I mentioned before, those beautiful angel eye headlights. It's just a lovely car, and we hope you'll come check it out. So if you have any further questions, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There you'll find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.